edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Glad you're able to make it back. Let's go ahead and do what we do each and every day, looking at the same 10 to 12 futures markets, identifying potential turning points, and breakout trades. Do me a favor, if you are a new viewer, make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you get the updates as they come out. We do this every day, and we want to make sure that you don't miss out on any cool stuff. So let's dive right in. Starting with the S&P 500. So yesterday we had talked about how the S&P, we had a rising kind of trend line, but we were seeing a slight slowing of momentum. And we got a little bit of a pullback yesterday after our initial rally up on the open. We're basically flat from yesterday's close. And, you know, in being flat from yesterday's close, we have a little bit of an area of opportunity. I still believe down here, if we get a little bit of a pullback, that we've got an area of opportunity to get long. I do kind of like this region right here. Oftentimes I would look at this as a breakout potential, right? But below that breakout potential, we have this little area right here. So what it does is it takes away the concept of room to roam on a breakout, but it does also give us potential for a reversal right in here. So if you're not in love with this area, now this area was formed in the afternoon, early evening, then I think it's okay. If you're not in love with this area, then I think it's okay to take the breakout below this region here, just that slowing of momentum and how it's affected us. I'm not totally in love with this particular area here, so I'm going to leave it off completely. I don't want to try to second guess myself. In the NASDAQ, we are definitely a bit weaker than we are in the S&P. So the S&P is a little stronger. The NASDAQ had a little bit of a bigger falling off, and that was really just due to the sell-off and after the Alphabet earnings announcement. And we kind of topped off here a little bit. But once again, there's no reason for me to be looking for a short. If I'm going to short one, I'm going to rather do the S&P than I am the NASDAQ, simply because the NASDAQ, we're back near an all-time high. And we're not shorting all-time highs. So we still have potential buying opportunity in here. This is where we had identified it. This is where I identified it a couple of days ago. We got a really nice rally off of it for everybody that was willing to join us and take in on that. I left the lines on the chart because I still think you may have a second bite at the apple on a confirmation style entry. In oil, yesterday I talked about a potential breakdown below this 67.53 area, and lo and behold, we came close, and close is no cigar, but I'm still going to leave the area in, as well as this reversal area up above us here, so not a whole lot to add there. And then in gold. So in gold, we found a little bit of support, but we've still not come back all the way up. Remember, this was found on the daily chart. We found a little bit of support in here, but have not come all the way back up to this area of potential reversal. One of the things that I do find interesting is these are some lower wicks, and lower wicks tell me that the sellers keep trying to push it down, but there's a fair amount of buyers that are kind of coming back into it. So just keep an eye on this. This may break through and get us a higher swing high. I'm not sure if it will or not, but just keep an eye on it. This is showing a little bit more strength than it has in a number of days. Now, I normally stick to smaller time frames than a daily chart, but on gold, I don't really have any that I'm in love with on the smaller time frame. I may look to here if we do get a very strong rally. This is a really good shorting opportunity up above here on the hourly. Looking at our bond market and our currencies. So in the bonds, so here we have the reversal level that we had set up the other day. Not a whole lot has occurred since then. This is our chance if price rallies back up to here to get short. We're fairly far away from that level. In the Aussie, we had a gap down right here. This gap is still very active. Nothing for me to look at aside from that gap, as we've just been chopping sideways. I'm not going to kind of force a trade. And then in the euro, we're still rallying off of our euro reversal point. And so at the very least, I would take your stop and move it to this region up in here to lock in some profit on that euro trade. In the Canadian, we are close, but no cigar to our breakout trade. Not quite gotten there yet, so let's see what happens if and when we reach this breakout position. looking at nat gas, copper, Japanese yen, and British pound. So the Great British Pound, we had a breakdown trade below this line here. It worked out pretty well, and then all of a sudden we just got a reversal. So I'm going to remove this area there. Hopefully you're able to take some profits off the table on that one. Our nat gas breakout to the upside has not yet occurred. And our reversal on the Japanese yen did occur. We got a little bit of a rally off that reversal on the Japanese yen, but it's not really doing a whole lot of movement. So a fairly weak movement out of that area. And then in copper, we got a breakout to the upside. For those of you that were willing to take that long breakout in copper, we got a breakout to the upside. It's now running pretty nicely. I would take your stop and move it up, lock in some profits at this point, as it has given you it's given you the gift. And as a matter of fact, this would have been our profit objective right about here, where we had that little bit of sideways price action before that strong move down. So all in all, a couple of pretty good trades that met entry. Nothing that completely blew through for a stop loss. A couple of things that have met entry that are moving on a fairly slow clip, but that still slowing momentum on the upside doesn't mean that it's over. I was talking to somebody yesterday about a lot of people are in fear of the market coming back down. Well, just because you're in fear of the market coming back down doesn't mean it's going to. So, if you're long, stay long and just allow yourself to adjust and move your stops as need be. But the key is to let those winners run when you do get them. So if you have any questions, please do me a favor, shoot me an email, chuck@iiefinancial.com. Until tomorrow, peace out, everybody. Happy hump day. Later.